Hello and welcome to the Peak Endurance Podcast. My name is Ron Tay,
Oh my God.
and with
And
me,
I am a robot. You-
I even practiced.
I know you should have seen him, listeners. Well, you'd have had to. I mean, if you watch it on YouTube, you'll see my imitation. He was like going,
Yeah,
he was doing all the facial expressions and everything, and he was without any
yeah.
words coming out,
And then I pressed record, and
turned into a
the
robot.
mine started buzzing, and that was it. So welcome back. Um,
Mm.
we've had a pretty quiet week this week. There's
Which
nothing
is
to talk about.
nice, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's nice to have a quiet week
we've
and
had
not have
some.
to have the thought of doing 6 million kilometers.
We've had some early nights because
Oh yeah, because this cold
yeah.
has been, I rename it the tiredness cold.
Yeah, it's
I've been exhausted.
yeah, I'm still just getting over the end of it. You've still got a bit of a runny nose, but
Oh my God, this nose, I swear to God.
yeah, I'm just blocked up, really.
Yeah.
That's all I've been, but it is just makes you so tired.
It makes you so tired. And like, and I think that was half my problem at what was it called? Bogong
Yeah, yeah,
and because I think I said to you I was just feeling
mm,
sleepy on it as
yeah,
well. Like and just I've just been like since the week before Bogong I'm super tired and
yeah,
like needing naps. And we've been going to bed at like 8 o'clock. It's
yeah,
really
yeah,
embarrassing. I mean, ooh, we normally go to bed at 9, but at least that's semi okay.
yeah.
But eight
8
o'clock,
o'clock, yeah.
like we're going to bed before the local kids are.
And we turn the light off, and it's still light in the bedroom because it's
And
still
the
light
kids are
outside.
playing basketball in the
Yeah,
next yard.
uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's been a ride this cold. Jesus
Yeah, it's
Christ.
just taking forever.
Yeah, and like I mean, it's I've had it for like 4 weeks now.
Yeah,
Not bad enough to, be sitting on the couch,
with the pocket full of tissues because that's what
Yeah,
you do normally anyway.
I'm always like that with a pocket full of tissues, but it's even worse.
Yeah,
And yeah, and I mean, obviously, I'm getting the snottiness because that's my thing. Like,
yeah,
that's my weakness is I'm always snotty
yeah.
anyway.
That's true. It is.
I'm so
Yeah, yeah.
delightful. But yes. Anyway, we're getting better.
Slowly
Still
getting
not
better.
perfect, but
Yeah.
like I was getting back into training this week. Like this was the first week I was actually getting back into proper training. And I went for a 20K run on Wednesday, which normally it's fine. Like I'm fine. I was so shattered. I ran with my friend Grant, and we were both shattered by the end. Like he's separated from me about 3 kilometers from home, and he went to his place, and I went to mine, and we both went, "Oh my God, we're shattered," and we're both like, "Oh," because he had about 3Ks to run home too, and yeah, I was knackered until the next day. I was planning, being full back into training, doing 2 times Bellevue with my 6 kilo pack. I went, nah, I did one, and I didn't even push it. I just took it super slow because I was tired. And I just thought, I'll
Yeah.
just do it as a reintroduction to the weight. Um, and I actually fell over. I was telling Ron, and he thinks I'm unco, but hear me out, listeners.
Okay. Okay. Prove me
Just
wrong.
just
Prove me wrong. I dare you.
because I fell over going uphill, and I tripped on a rock. But the thing is, I'm so top heavy with that 6 kilos on, and I was leaning forward, pressing down on my legs, and then I tripped. And because I'm so top heavy, I just kind of forward rolled into the falling over onto my knees. And I quickly jumped up and looked around. Nobody was, oh my God, thank God nobody saw me. How embarrassing,
Yeah.
falling uphill. But I
No,
swear to God, it was.
not clumsy at all. No.
If you'd been there, what would you have said?
Oh, Isabel, get up for
Yeah.
crying out loud.
But I swear to,
No, I would have said, have you stopped your Strava?
yeah, I did. Don't worry. I can't remember it. My Garmin.
Oh, sorry, you Garmin. Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so it's because you're so top heavy with that 6 kilos all on your chest. Like it's not like 6 kilos spread out over your body. It's all on your bloody my back and my chest. So I blame the pack.
Yeah. Yep.
As part of our update, I'd like to give a shout out to Chorus,
Oh, yes.
even though I'm a
Yes.
Garmin user. Fox Christmas.
Hmm.
Ron bought me a Chorus heart rate monitor.
Yeah.
And of course, Me being me, I broke it within about 3 weeks. Fucking hell. It is a me thing,
That is
isn't
a
it?
you thing. Absolutely, it
Fuck.
is.
And I didn't even realize I'd broken it, but I'm halfway through my run. I look down and the little sensor is sort of hanging off the band. I'm like, what the fuck?
Mm.
And the plastic I'd snapped the plastic. God only knows. Like I'd never heard of that happening. Anyway, I went down a bit of a Reddit rabbit hole, and yes, it's happened to other people, so it's not just me, because I wanted to find out how to get it fixed. But anyway, so I said to Ron, oh, I was going to just buy one and not tell you.
Oh God.
I did contemplate it because I was so embarrassed. And then I thought, no. Then tight ass Isabel perked up and went, "You got to be kidding me! He could get this under warranty."
The Scot in you.
Yeah. So then I said something to Ron, and yeah,
Yeah,
and then
I contacted who I bought it off, and they said you actually have to contact Chorus through the app.
through the app, and I had the app because I've
Yeah.
got the heart rate monitor. So
Yeah.
I contacted them, and they emailed me and said, "Look, it's not covered under warranty. That's one of the things. Clearly, if you unco, you break it, but if you're not, you don't." Kind of thing. They didn't say that. And I had said, "Oh, I got it for Christmas, so they knew I hadn't had it for long." And they asked for the receipt and everything. They said, "Look, it's not covered under warranty, but we'll see. We'll see if they'll do it."
Hmm.
And I was very polite. That's what I said to Ron. Because I felt like going, for Christ's sakes, well, how shitty is the manufacturing if it breaks that freaking easy? And I could have gone on a bit of a rant, but I thought, whatever, what can they do? They can't do anything. And what's the point in getting shitty with them? They're just the bloody messenger.
Yeah.
And we know we don't shoot the messenger.
No.
So and even then, you've got to have rules and you've got to stick to rules. You know what I mean? Or else there's anarchy.
Yeah.
And that's their rules and whatever. I still think it's a flimsy arrangement, but whatever.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, no worries. Thank you. And anyway, they gave it back. They gave me a new one.
Yeah.
I've already got it. I got it within the whole process took a week.
Yeah, that's right.
When you
Yeah.
say from me
Yeah.
telling them to receiving it, it took a week.
Oh dear.
The screen just
we got the black screen of death all of a sudden. No, we're back though. Thank you very much. Don't know what happened.
Yes, there we go. So yeah, that was a week, the whole process. So firstly, be careful with your chorus heart rate monitor.
Yes, the strip that holds the band, in place.
Over the top of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I did it. I've been noticing when I use my pack, it catches on it, but I don't think I was wearing my pack then. So I'm thinking as I pulled it on over my watch, I maybe caught it on my, because it is a big chunky watch for my little wrists, but still, I'm just going to be super duper careful from now on because I don't think they'd honor it a second time.
Maybe not a second time. Maybe they might be going, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think that's a you problem.
So thank you to Chorus.
Yeah.
That was really, really good service.
Yeah, really good service, brand new one, all nice.
Yeah.
And I've resynced that up, and I have to admit I did go out for a run today wearing it, and it wasn't synced, but
Oh, okay.
I thought it was, but I'm like, it's not flashing because I loaded it on the Chorus app, but I forgot to sync it to my watch because I'm a moron. And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, why didn't it buzz at me that it's synced? Oh, whatever. So when I got home, I went, that didn't work.
No. All right. Well, maybe tomorrow.
Yes. So anyway, I went for my long run last week, and Ron met me at the pools, and it was a boiling hot day. Like it was
stinking
hot. And Ron met me at 23 Ks, and I was like, oh fuck, I just want to stop.
She sat on the car and was like, I just want to stop.
I was, do you really want to do a run? And he's like, yes. I'm like,
throwing that out to me to say, if you say we can stop, I'm going to stop.
I'm like, do you need me to come with you? Yes. Okay.
So we did another 12K loop down through Sylvan.
Yeah.
Which
was lots of really fun single track downhill. But in the Dandies, there's been a lot of trees down, and there were trees down on that, which is unusual. And also, what I'm finding in general is a lot of runners aren't running on single track. They're just sticking to fire trails because a lot of the single tracks are really overgrown.
Yeah, the ones on the backside of the Dandenongs are very overgrown.
So come on. Oh, yeah, I suppose not. But they're the mountain biking single tracks that are clear.
Yeah.
The runner ones are not clear. So runners, you got to hone your technical skills. You won't hone them running on fire or, four track. You've got to run on technical to get good at technical. God knows I need to run on a lot more technical. I was who was I talking? I was talking about it with Grant, who I ran with on Wednesday. We were both saying as we've gotten older, our technicals got worse. And I said, I've just gotten more fearful. I don't know what it is.
Mm.
I used to just fly down technical. That was my strength. That's where I used to beat people all the time. Now I'm like a bloody grandma picking
Yeah.
my way down.
You tend to be a little bit more careful, but also you get careful because things hurt more, you
Yeah,
know?
well, my knees hurt more. What I think for me it is the memory of falling.
Yeah.
You know, I've fallen so many times when I've been flying down the trails, and you know, and it's hard then to, keep that same sort of pace. But
Yeah.
anyway, I also think it's just part of getting older. I think
Yeah.
you inherently know your body's not as robust,
Yeah.
and so you are more careful
Mm.
without even meaning to be, and it bloody shits me up the wall because I used to think when I was younger, whole, in my late 30s, early 40s, that maybe I would be, because I thought I wasn't running fast enough then. And I used to think, oh, I'm careful because I've got young kids, and it must be instinctive for me to look after myself as a mother to make sure I don't hurt myself because I've got young kids. So I thought by now, when I'm older and my kids are older, that I wouldn't have that fear. But now instead, it's just old lady.
Yeah. It's just fear of getting
Old
hurt.
lady syndrome. It's not a fear of getting old, but I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah.
And so therefore I run slower. So anyway,
Yeah.
tis what it is. And I still try to push myself though.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then it was stinking hot,
Oh,
sun blasting on me. It was just, horrendous. And then so we get to the pool. I'm like, yay, we're at the pool. I quickly had my shower. And, like the sun was really hot. Went into the shower, came out, it was all cloud.
cloud.
No sun.
We hopped in the pool for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And then when we got out, it was freezing.
My lips went blue.
Yeah,
Didn't
they
they?
did.
I had two towels on me. I'm sitting there, and Ron's like, "Your lips are blue," and I'm like, "I didn't." All I brought was this tiny little pull-on half dress thingy, more to cover myself up to walk back to the car than an actual,
Yeah.
item of clothing that you would wear. And I'm fucking freezing. And I'm like, oh, I haven't got enough clothes. And he's like, put my t-shirt on. I'm putting his t-shirt on. I've got the towels all over. It was freezing. We did not go back in the water.
No, we didn't go back in. We didn't actually stay there for that long
No.
because, yeah,
It was not fun.
I can always tell when Isabel's cold because, yeah, she gets blue lips. It's quite.
And that's right before I get hypothermia normally because, once my lips go blue, then if my bones get cold, I can be fucked for a day, like totally. Yeah, I've been in that situation where my lips go blue, then my bones go cold, and then I'm screwed. And I've got to have like heaters and blankets and anyway. So
yeah, it was very strange just how quickly it went from being stinking hot to quite cold.
Freezing cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do the same sort of thing this week. So hopefully it'll stay warmer. It's going to be about the same temperature as last week. So
yeah.
hopefully it'll stay warm a bit
I knew
longer.
it was meant to be a cool change that night, but it came in like way early.
Yeah.
So we're going to do, but Ron, you're going to do more this time, aren't you?
Yes.
It's going to be 29 and fine, but then a cool change again for Sunday. So who knows if that's going to rock through earlier. 17 mil on Sunday. Anyway, what was I going to say?
Yeah, so I'm going to run out a little ways to meet you rather than you running and stopping.
Yes, I don't want to stop at the car again.
I'm going to park the car and I'm going to come and meet you.
Yeah, run about a kilometre, 1 to 2 k's.
It's about 2 k's to where I'm going to meet you because I've already done the map. About 2 k's, and then we'll continue on for another 13 or so, and I'll do about 15 all up, and you'll do
more because 2 k's back again. Oh no, then it's 13.
Then when we end at the car.
Yes.
And you'll do about 35 again, and it's just short of 2,000, between 19 and 2,000.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not. I said to Ron, anywhere between 1,700 to 2,000 is fine. Yeah, it's fine. And
once again we'll end at the pool and we'll have a quick swim, and depending on if it's still nice and warm.
Yeah, and then we might have another swim.
Yeah.
And then Sunday I've got the 2-hour yin yoga relaxing experience again. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we're probably going to go to the brewery, a local brewery with Nikki and David.
Called what is it? Something Sprocket? Killer Sprocket, yeah.
For Sunday sips. And and then I don't know what we'll do for dinner because I'll probably be pissed on 2 beers.
Yeah.
I think I was pissed after that one beer.
One beer, and then we had
Went to
some,
Greek.
yeah, then we had some wines with dinner, and yeah, you were
Yeah,
probably, and
no,
because
because we
it
ate
was,
so much.
and yeah,
Yeah,
because I was driving, the wines were bigger for you than they were for
yeah,
me.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was having
Gosh,
small ones. So
yeah, yeah, that was really yummy, wasn't it?
yeah,
I mean, it said on the menu generous service. I don't know. It
I don't know
didn't
if
seem that generous
no,
to
it
me.
certainly wasn't as generous as the German we had the week before.
No, that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's not as generous as Miss Pickle in Knox
yeah,
City.
yeah, that's true.
Miss Pickle, I think we'll have to go there again. That's another Greek restaurant called Miss Pickle. God knows
Don't know
why.
how, don't know what
What
that
that
has to do with
what
it,
to do with it. But yeah, it has way more generous
yeah.
serves. So it's
Mm.
just one time we went there, they forgot to serve us.
Well,
They took our order.
they took our order. They just forgot to bring the food.
Yeah, and we're like, after like an hour and a half, we're like,
I don't think
is
it's coming.
food ever gonna come?
I mean, they were busy, but they weren't that
And they
busy.
didn't even give us free anything.
No.
Like, even though we sat there bloody for 3 days. Anyway,
Yeah,
obviously we were having such scintillating
we
conversation they
were,
didn't want to
yeah.
interrupt us. Anyway, so that's kind of update. Oh, we got a comment on last week's podcast on Spotify, and that was from Kimberly. And Spotify's taking forever to load. And what she said was, this is about the sleep deprivation podcast. Love this. Sleep is far more important in training than being completely stuffed because of an all-nighter. I like to channel my youth come my miler event. You two crack me up, keep sheep real, and no fairy dust. Hope you are both feeling better soon. Snot be gone. And I said, it's nearly gone. And I had a little chat with her, and she's doing the Fault Line Ultra, which was something I had actually incidentally looked up.
Oh,
Yeah.
what is that?
It's in New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it had some mountain biking stuff too, which was why I was looking at it, because I was wondering if it was like you could do both.
Like a buy.
No,
biathlon.
yeah, but it's not.
Right.
Because if it was, I'd be like, oh, that might be kind of fun to do.
Mm.
But no,
no.
just standard, either running or cycling. I think that one
Right.
was. Yes. All right. So
All
we're talking today about returning to running after injury, not after sickness, because that's kind of different, which we could have spoken about, but we're not.
No, not
So
not
actually, I might, if that's all right with you, just make that a little bit bigger.
Yeah, so the reason why, sorry, I'm talking around you. The
Yeah, I
reason
know.
why we're talking about that mostly is because that's exactly what I'm doing at the moment.
And you've been doing it for 6 months.
I am, yes. It's been one step forward, two steps back.
And we've decided, we've worked out what the problem is, or I worked it
Yeah.
out. I kind of saw the correlation because not that long ago, if everyone recalls, Ron started doing speed work, and he started doing too much of it too fast, if you recall, because I was trying to get him to calm the farm. But I said, we were walking to gym yesterday, I said, am I correct in believing that the injury cycle started when you started on quality work? And Ron went, yes.
Maybe it did, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Ron gets too excited and runs too fast.
I do, yeah.
So he's writing checks his body can't cash.
Yeah.
So I said, right, we're going to cut out, he hasn't been doing speed work, but you're going to return to running, no speed work. And I said, when you do, they're going to be slower paces, like not short intervals, like threshold runs, just tempo.
Yeah.
Like obviously what Ron can do is tempo, and this is the thing as a coach. If I have an athlete who comes to me like that, who every time they try, whatever, I can't speak English at the moment, to do, short, fast stuff, and they get injured every single time, then we have to change and just do tempo. And in fact, I've got an athlete like that. We're working through it now, and we'll be switching him to purely threshold running, because some bodies just can't handle fast, high intensity stuff. And so, yeah.
So yes, on yesterday's run, I just picked the pace up to a tempo for, I don't know, maybe 2Ks.
Yeah.
Throughout, like not all in one, but
Oh, okay, broken up.
Yeah. I didn't measure it. I didn't look at my watch. I didn't see how fast I was going. I just kind of picked up the pace because I was feeling it right.
By RPE, which is really good. So you're running at sort of a comfortably uncomfortable. Yeah. Which is threshold pace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. So returning to running, most runners don't re-injure themselves because, well, they're weak. Well, they are weak. I mean, weak of mind. That's not the reason. They re-injure themselves because they rush the process.
Yeah.
Right. So
so the common mistake is they rest
Yeah.
they're pain free, and then
Yeah.
they just jump straight back in where they left.
Yeah. And sometimes rest is not the answer. And in often, if you rest until you're pain free and then just jump back in, if you've waited 2 weeks, you cannot jump back in where you were.
Yeah.
Like I know we've spoken about you don't lose a lot of fitness. No, you don't, but you do lose a bit of tendon and ligament strength. And
Yep.
2 weeks, absolutely no running and no exercise. If you don't do any, if you completely rest, you will have lost a little bit of fitness.
That's right. And it's always that first couple of runs back is always,
Clunky, like we said, because you've lost that
clunky, your heart rate's a bit
neuromuscular thing.
higher,
Yeah, yeah. No, I have I'm in close contact with physios and those sorts of things because I often, like this athlete who's been having issues. I was talking with Luke Nelson, who's a running chiropractor. Luke,
Yep.
he's awesome.
Yep, he's
Just
treated.
about this athlete that I have, and he's not treating this athlete. I just wanted to clarify some things. So I often talk with specialists when I have a runner and I'm not 100% sure. And luckily I've got, people who are willing to and happy to talk to me about that. So this comes not just from me making it up.
This time.
Yeah.
No.
But to be honest, I think I've had so much experience with athletes with injuries. Like we've said, or I've said to you before, I diagnose my athletes, they go to the physio and they come back with the exact same diagnosis. So
That's right.
I'm getting very good at recognizing what things are.
But you've also had athletes where you've actually, with permission from the athlete, you've actually worked with their
physios,
yes. Doctors,
oh yes,
whatever.
I like to, but I think we should work as a team.
Yeah.
And I say to them, get your physio to email me. And then, I've had phone conversations with people's physios. I'm very much a hands-on coach. Like I want to know exactly what's going on. So my athlete that I'm talking about when I was talking about with Luke, he lives in Spain, so it's a bit harder to speak with his physio, obviously.
Yeah.
So we do the best we can.
Yeah.
And so, but I am happy to talk with my athletes' physios. I'm often in close contact. I'm like, what do you suggest? How would you like me to do the program to make sure they get back properly? I mean, I think I know how to do it well, but I don't want my athletes to be getting two different messages, one message from me and one from the physio. Yep. I'd much rather we work together, even if I think, oh, maybe a little bit more, but whatever. I prefer it to be for the athlete unambiguous.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, so I'm just trying to let you know that basically I'm not just making this up and speaking out my ass.
Yeah.
Right? All right. So injury is not failure, it's feedback. It means you need to look at what you're doing. Do I need to fix my training? Do I need to strengthen my tendons and ligaments? Do I need to fix my nutrition? A lot of injuries come from shit nutrition.
Yeah.
That's where most injuries come from. Nutrition that doesn't support your training, or nutrition that doesn't give you the nutrition, I nearly said, the
sustenance.
Well, not the sustenance, the like the vitamins and the minerals and everything that you need for recovery and healing and all that sort of stuff. Because someone might be getting enough calories, but not all calories are equal.
No, they're not.
You might say, well, I'm eating enough calories, but if the calories are McDonald's and ice creams, oh, I mean, it sounds heavenly.
Sounds great, yeah.
but
it's not the meal of champions.
Yes. So, eating enough calories is not the only goal. It's also getting in, the high quality nutrition. And I'm not talking that you have to go buy organic, just, good, general good quality stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Quality and well-rounded. And so pain-free doesn't equal tissue ready.
Which is what we talk about after races. Just because you feel okay doesn't mean your tissues are ready.
Yep.
And the thing is, tissues adapt slower than fitness. So you can get fitter in your heart and lungs faster than your tendons and ligaments are ready for the load. And this is why a lot of new runners get injured, because their fitness develops really fast. So they think they can do heaps of running, but their tendons and ligaments aren't ready for that. And that's why they get injured.
Yep. And that's, kind of where burnout happens too, because once again, after a race, they're weakened. Yeah. Your muscles and tendons are weakened, but your cardiovascular system is saying, come on, let's get back into it again.
Yeah,
I feel great after that big run.
Yeah, that's right. But your body's not actually ready. So, and this, basically your engine might be ready, but your chassis isn't. Okay. Sorry. All right. So basically, let's say you're a runner, you've been injured, whatever it is, and now you're cleared to run. Does that mean, Ron, that I can go out? Woohoo, I've been cleared to run. 20K run tomorrow. Let's
20K,
go.
absolutely.
LFG.
Yeah, absolutely. No, no,
No,
no,
no.
no,
Oh,
no. It means you need to ease back into it.
but easing into it's boring, and I'm
Yes, it
Goggins
is.
hardcore.
Yeah. They never seem to promote how injured they get
Yeah, well,
when
Goggins get injured.
when they're saying how hard they are, and you have
Yeah.
to be hard, yeah, and you have to hit those injuries hard.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you've got to reintroduce load. Okay, I'm just bringing an athlete back on and she's had a big break from running. So I'm reintroducing her with run walk. You've had an athlete who
Yep.
came to you injured, like
Yep.
it wasn't our training.
No.
He came injured and you've been doing a run walk program for him because that's what he wanted, was to be able to get back to running. And every time he tried to do it on his own, he
Yeah.
kept injuring
Yes, he
himself,
kept
didn't he?
as soon as he could run, he went back to
20K.
20Ks and
Yeah.
injured himself again.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you've done a very gradual run,
Very structured.
very structured, and he's
Yep.
really happy, isn't he?
He's actually just getting back to full running again
Yeah,
now.
yeah, and
And
that's
it's
taken a
been
couple of months.
just before Christmas, I think
Yeah,
it was.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was before Christmas. So yeah, it's taken a while. There have been a few setbacks, but not through, funnily enough, not through running, through him doing other stuff
Oh, and injuring himself
and
with that.
re-injuring himself because he's been taking so much care while he's running. But things like working in the yard and stuff, he, forgets that he's been injured and
Yeah.
goes back and,
Yeah. Which is always it's always the way, isn't it? I
you
mean,
go and dig a hole and injure yourself,
Yeah.
because you're not thinking about it. Whereas
Yeah.
when you're running, you're actually thinking about that injury
Yeah.
and taking care.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so I've got someone who's coming back after a long break, run walk. You've got someone coming back after an injury, run walk.
Yep.
Okay, because the tendons and ligaments aren't ready for constant running, but we still want to have a, long enough time out there that you're building the load. If you only run for what your tendons and ligaments are capable of, you'd go out for a 1 kilometer run.
Yeah.
And that's kind of bloody pointless. So if you break it up into, I'm starting her off on 7 or 8 times 3 minutes run, 1 minute walk, right?
Yep.
And that's 5Ks or something. So she's getting 5Ks, but it's not all in one block. All right.
Yep.
So when they say cleared to run, that's what it means. I remember when I came back from my stress fracture, I was allowed to go for a walk and do 5 times 1 minute of running. Woo! And I was so freaking excited. You have no idea. After 6 weeks of pool running, and I went for this walk and then I'd run and I was so excited. Then I'd have to have a walk and then run. And it, that was it. That was like my first couple of weeks of running, of my back to running.
That would have taken a lot of self-control because you were still doing pool running, you were still fit. Yeah.
I was super fit, like really fit. So obviously that wasn't all I did. I kept doing the pool running and then I reintroduced some cycling and I was able to do more. But, because when you've got a stress fracture, you can't really cycle properly. You can't put any load through the pedal. So I was then allowed to put load through the pedal so I could cycle properly. But yeah, 1 minute of running, I was only allowed like the first week, 5-10 minutes of running broken up.
Yep.
So when they say you're ready to run again, it doesn't mean back to where you were.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the start of the rehab process, not
the end.
Not the end of rehab, because getting back into running solo is a part of that rehab.
Yeah, unless you actually enjoy the run injured cycle, then you need to do it properly.
Yeah, and no one enjoys that.
I don't think so.
I
think people do by the way they
good old sook about that last week, wasn't I?
Where you
about how I feel like I'm, every time I'm able to run again, I'd get injured again, and I was
can't run. I've just been having no luck, and and I've lost all my fitness. Which, to be fair, it's been so long. Ron has lost a fair bit of fitness, and having a cold doesn't help with that either.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I ran at Listerfield on Wednesday, and it was a warm day. It was about 30 degrees, so it wasn't cold. And going up some of those hills, it felt like my heart was about to explode.
Yeah.
I just, really felt like I was doing it tough.
Which you were.
Yeah. Whereas, in recent times,
I mean,
go up
6
that.
months ago, it was nothing.
They're not big hills.
No,
So
Westerfield is definitely not big
no,
hills.
so I'd be able to just keep, get up that hill and just keep on going. Whereas this time I had
running up that hill.
Yeah, I had to get up to the top of the hill and then stand there and let my heart rate come back down again.
Yes. All right. So you have to have structure to your training, even with a run walk. You can't go, oh, it's only bloody run walk, bloody. You've got to talk about it being a progression. Okay. I've written talk about run walk, so I had said the words talk about. So basically, firstly, you've got to be cleared for run walk. Generally, you've got to do a hop test. That if you can hop on, each leg 10 times, you should be ready to run. I don't know if it's 10. I'm making shit up now. I'm no physio. But basically, if you can hop, then you can run, right? To be fair, with my drop foot, I wasn't doing awesome hopping on my left leg, but I still went back to running.
Yeah.
But, it's a nerve thing. I'm never going to be able to hop properly on that foot.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Anyway, so the run walk, I would do like I'm doing for my athlete, Monday rest day, 2 days of run walk, a rest day, then just a walk. I'm also giving just plain walks to help build the load. And I'm saying fast walk and then, a run walk and then another rest day. So no more than 2 days in a row to start with. Then you build up to 3 days in a row, still run walk. And then you start to, if I'm doing, say, 3-1, I would build from 7 to 8 to 9. And when I'm about 9 of those, then I would change it back to 7, but do 4-1, right? And so it's a progression that you build up gradually. And then you keep building that so that the length of the run becomes longer. What was the maximum length of running that you got to with your athlete? With the walking in the thing, like the run walk?
Well, what I did was basically I had like 8 Ks for each session, and I started off as 4 on, 4 off.
Oh, so you did longer walks?
No, sorry. Let me restate that. 8 Ks of running, and I would do, in fact, I think it was started off for 6, but say
yeah, I know you started smaller than
8 Ks of running. So I had 4 kilometers of running, then a 3-minute walk, and then another 4.
Okay, but that's not what you started with.
What I started with was
explain what you started with.
3 minutes on, 3 minutes off.
Okay, but then with the longest of just those minute ones before you got to the bigger kilometers, which is now towards the end, like what was the longest run you got to? Like, was it 8 minutes?
No, I think it was 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So, and that's what I would agree with. Once you can get to about 10 minutes of running before a break, then you can go longer than that.
Yeah. And then I went to like 2 Ks.
Yeah, that's right.
I switched to Ks rather than minutes.
Yes, because then it gets a bit redundant minutes. Yeah. And then what I often do as well is then I'll say, okay, walk for a K, run for 5 Ks, no break, walk for a K, right? And you can do that as well, once you're coming to the end of the run walk.
Yeah.
And then I would slowly decrease the size of the walks either end until they eventually end up just running, which is, I'm assuming you're in that process.
Yes, right. We're pretty much just at the end of that now.
Yeah. Right.
So, but what the key is having it quite structured.
Yes.
Don't go into it going, I'll do it and I'll see how I feel and then decide what I'm going to do.
No, you've got it structured so that it buzzes on his watch when he's to run and to walk. And same with my athlete when I'm doing this. It buzzes when they're to run and to walk. So they know exactly what they're doing. It's not, when I feel like it, because you know what happens, we all feel like just running.
Yeah.
So once you've done that and once you're back to just normal running, then you can work on increasing your consistency and volume a bit and slowly increase that. And then when you've got up a good volume, then you introduce speed work. You don't go, I finished run walk, I'm going to add speed work. No, speed is last, not first, not even second. It's plumb last. It's DFL, right? And skipping stages is the fastest path back to injury. If you want to be injured again, then go chuck in that speed work nice and early.
Yeah.
But speed work requires incredibly strong tendons and ligaments because you think about the force with which you are hitting that grind. It's like double your body weight each time, isn't it?
Basically? It is, yeah. But, well, at least. I think.
Yeah. Because it's the force of the grind coming back at you and your force, it basically normally doubles your weight or 2.5 times your weight or something like that. right? So that's a lot of force through your itty bitty ankles and knees and hips. Think about that, because it's one leg at a time.
Yeah.
So, yes. And obviously load is not just kilometers, it's pace, so that pace increases the load. So you've got to build the volume load before you build the pace load.
Yeah.
Terrain makes a difference too.
It does, yeah. Obviously trail running is a lot harder on the muscles than road running.
I mean, the impact is worse on bitumen and concrete, but the load of terrain, you're right, because of the instability.
And
so that can,
the change in terrain.
Yeah,
the change
hills and whatnot. Yeah. So, the good thing about road running is you've got very stable terrain.
Yeah.
So you're probably better not getting back onto the trails until you've finished your run walk. I mean, I get some of my athletes to do like one of their walks, like as a hike in the hills. If they're coming back from something, it'll be a hike in the hills one day a week, so that they still get out in nature and still, that sort of stuff.
Yep.
All right. So just be really careful. And of course, while you're doing all of that, you should be doing your rehab exercises and all that sort of stuff, because strength is not optional. You need to get the body strong again. You need to be doing not just the physio exercises, but the strength work as well, because often the physio exercises are like bands and body weight, and you need more than that.
Yeah. And of course, sleep.
Oh, yes, sleep. Yeah.
Sleep.
Because, of course, that's the best way to heal. And if you've got a really stressful life going on, all that cortisol stops you healing as well. Like cortisol is terrible for healing.
Yeah.
Yes, so strength. I went a little bit ahead, didn't I?
Yes.
My apologies. I could tell you wanted to say something, and I'm like, I'm on to strength.
Too late. I've already moved on.
Yeah, I've moved on.
Yeah. So strength. Tell us about strength.
Strength basically is how the tissues earn the right to tolerate running again. I did a reel about that the other day. I remember when we were walking home from the gym, and I said, strength training is the training that you do to allow you to run. So, and it's not about, being a gym bro or, the vanity muscles. Although, to be fair, we all want to look good in our run gear, but it's actually about progressive loading, single leg strength. And we do a lot of single leg work, don't we?
Yes.
Yep.
A lot of, we do some squats. I said do.
I was listening to a business podcast the other day, and every time she said do, she giggled.
Oh,
and she was like, "Oh, I'm so immature." And I'm like, "Oh, she's my kind of girl." I like her.
We do some double leg, but it's mostly single leg. When we're doing
like we do the leg press, on the 45-degree leg press yesterday, we did, and then we did single leg, and then we did single leg curl. What else did we do? I can't remember. And we did single leg calf raises.
Yes.
And all that sort of stuff. So a lot of single leg stuff. You should also do tendon specific work, which is isometrics. And we do, because we sometimes have dodgy knees, we do isometrics on the leg extension. And let me explain how you do that. So you lift the leg extension is, where you sit on the seat and you get the bar across your shin and you lift your leg up and extend the knee, extend the leg. And you hold it up and then you put one leg back down, curl it right back down, and then you lift that up and then you curl the other one. So you're swapping legs while one leg's just isometrically and you're going up and down. And that's a great one.
You're not lifting the weight up and down.
No,
you're actually
stays
holding the bar up, but you're just swapping legs while holding it.
That is such hard work, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's super, and that's super good for knees if you're interested in that. Because anything with isometrics is great for tendon and ligament strength. And I do give my athletes a lot of isometric work to some of their chagrin. They don't always love it because I get them to hold it for a whole minute. And some of them get embarrassed because they say they feel like an idiot at the gym and going, I'm doing these exercises. And I'm like, tough. It's
good mental strength.
It's good mental strength. So, we haven't done them in a while because it is hard. As in, it's boring because you got to hold it for a minute. It's like, oh, for fuck's sakes, is that minute up? Is it up yet? Is it up?
And a minute that you count takes. Oh my God. It actually takes 2 minutes in real time.
Yeah, it does. It does. Seriously. But it's so good for tendon and ligament strength. Isometrics are the best for tendon and ligament strength. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
So running fitness comes back fast, but the structural resilience, i.e., the strength work, doesn't.
Yeah, and that's why you got to work on it. 2 to 3 times a week. So what are some red flags runners should not ignore?
Well, the pain patterns that signal overload is the pain that worsens during a run. So it starts off feeling, yeah, I can kind of feel something, but it's not super painful. And then by the time you finish, you're dragging your leg behind you.
Yep.
That was happening to me a lot with my hip flexor before it actually went properly.
Yeah.
Like it would feel fine for the first, 3/4 to 7/8 of a run.
Okay.
And then we'd stop at the lights or something. Then I'd go to run again and,
You'd be hobbling behind
yes,
me.
I'd be hobbling.
Yes.
Isabel would take off at a run and I'd be,
You'd be like,
I'd be hobbling to try and
gimp.
start. Yeah, pretty much.
But a lot of people have, tendon ones can warm up into the run and they can start the run and it hurts and then it warms up, which the red flag then would be that it doesn't warm up or that when you finish, you can barely walk.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a red flag for those ones because not all of them get worse. Some of them actually warm up, which tells you then it's tendon. But if it's so bad afterwards, yeah.
Yep.
Another red flag is pain during the night. That's what I was always told. Pain during the night is a red flag.
Okay.
Yep. What else were you going to say?
And needing longer times to warm up, like everything, instead of after.
To be fair, that could also be old age.
Yes. Very much old age.
Yes. But you've got to learn the difference between discomfort and warning signals. And I was actually speaking with an athlete today, and she was saying, it's not that it's bad, but I am aware of it. And she's like, that was so smart of her to say it's an awareness. So she goes, it's not that it feels bad. She goes, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And that's someone who's really in good communication with their body. So she's just a new athlete coming on. So once again, nothing to do with the program I've given her. So I've said, right, well, you text me Monday. If things aren't right, I'm going to change the program, because we're just hoping it's a one-off because she tried a different pair of shoes. We'll see. But pushing through and toughing it out is just going to end up making it last longer. You better going to a physio and getting a diagnosis. Like, you don't have to keep going to physio week after week after week. Just at least get a diagnosis at the very minimum. If you're averse to going to see physios, just get a diagnosis.
Yep.
Don't say yep.
I smirk because that describes me to a T.
So you won't go.
No, I just.
But that's what I say to her. Can you just go and get a bloody diagnosis so we can know for sure? Because is it hip flexor? Is it a labrum tear? Is it what? I don't know. And the way you describe it, because no offense, you have no idea of anatomy, it's very confusing. It's like, but that's not what you were describing last week. Show me with your finger. Oh, there. But that's not what you said it anatomically. Oh, my God. So I have asked him to go see a physio, but no.
I think we got it sorted.
Lucky I've got the patience of a saint, Ron.
Yes, that's right. You have. Goodness me! I'm sorry. I think my eyes rolled so much then they almost rolled right out of my head. One of Isabel's traits is not patience. Okay?
I'm not famous for it.
No, it's not one of her fortes.
No, not one of my many positive attributes. Anyway, all right. So self-programming is really hard during an injury because it's not so much even just ego, it's excitement. You just want to get back running and you just, so they either
we run because we like to run.
Yeah, that's right.
Running can be quite hard.
Yeah, and runners either underdo it because they're terrified of hurting themselves, or they overdo it because they're just desperate to get back running, or they're so frustrated with being injured. And once again, that's where good coaching comes in. And that's why, we've had this athlete that Ron's got, and I've had other athletes too. They come to us because they're injured and say, please help me get back to running. And we do. And I've gotten people back to running to do 100Ks, 100 milers, when they've come from being broken.
Yeah.
So, we are experienced at that. And like I said, athletes actually come to us saying, we know that you're good at that, right? Because you need objectivity. You need people who understand how to progress your program. And when there's objectivity, we have the emotional restraint. We can hold you back.
Yeah. And
or push you forward if that's what's required.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we won't adopt the she'll be right attitude that
or
you
the
might
rest
do
at all
things.
costs. Like I believe in keeping moving, and I am huge on cross training. So I will always find a way to keep my athletes training if they've got something going on.
That's right. And because it's a structured program that keeps notes.
Yeah, that's right. We see the progression.
We see the progression, we control the progression.
Yeah.
And we keep a, extensive history of what's happened so that, we can control what is going to happen in the future.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So remember, returning slow is not regressing your running. It's actually the smart move.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Temporary loss of pace does not mean permanent loss of pace.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, the best way to lose your pace is to keep getting injured and to come back too early, get dispirited.
Getting into that cycle.
Yeah.
It's so disheartening. And I've seen athletes, just, people I know, they've gotten into that cycle and they've just ended up giving up running because it's soul destroying.
No one wants to be in pain all the time.
It's shit.
Yeah.
So welcome to being 50.
And patience is the sort of thing that's best in someone else. So,
because I'm not patient with myself and I'm really patient with other people, I have to admit. Other athletes, maybe not you.
Not me.
Actually, I am patient with you. God, you never go see a physio, you never stretch, you never have a massage, you never do any of the things that I say, and I'm very patient.
Yeah, no, you are. You are. Yeah. But what I was more getting at is that someone, you're never patient with yourself.
Oh, okay.
It's much more.
That's what I mean. As a coach, I'm patient with other people.
More patient with your progression than you are.
Yes. Although I personally think I'm very good at that for myself even. But you haven't known me fully injured.
For your running you are. Because you're so scientific in your thinking towards, running, you're right. Sometimes you don't follow your own advice, but for the most part you do.
Yeah, because it's hard to follow your own advice. Yeah. But yes.
Sometimes you just need reminding of what that advice would be if you were someone else.
You just ignore advice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You ignore my advice. And then if someone else tells it to you, you go, oh, I heard this. This is awesome. And I'm like, that's what I fucking said. He laughs. All right. So running, injury doesn't have to end your running career. Like I said, I've had some, pretty major injuries back in the olden days when, I wasn't a running coach. And it didn't end my running career, But if I'd been stupid about it, then yes, it probably would have.
Absolutely, because you have had some pretty major injuries.
Yeah, that's right. So and the goal is not to just run again, but it's to keep running for years, which is what I've always been able to do.
Yep, absolutely.
The smartest runners aren't the toughest. They're not the most gogginest.
No,
they're the most patient. Okay, right. Patience. That's a virtue. That's the virtue I don't have. But I think I'm not that bad. I think you're just bloody making shit up, Mark.
Yeah, I've driven in a car with you.
That's different.
Oh, okay.
That's because everyone else on the road is a moron. It's not my fault they're a moron. What? And to be fair, you're pretty much the same when you drive.
Oh, how many times have you said, why don't you go up the left-hand side? That's what I would do.
Well, why didn't you go in that gap? I would have gone. And my car has no acceleration.
Yes, that is a conversation we have in the car fairly regularly.
Yeah, but, yeah. Just because you're over 50 and you're a Richmond driver doesn't mean you have to drive like one.
Yes, it does. That's the thing. I'm sure when I installed the number plates on the car, there was some
your driving skills instantly dropped by 80%.
Yeah, I had to sign a waiver.
I know. I've got Richmond plates, and now I must drive like shit.
Yeah, that's right.
And I drive a Nissan X-Trail.
Yes.
Yeah, so I must drive like a fucking soccer mum. With 10 screaming kids in the car. And that's just me.
I was going to say, don't be so hard on yourself. You're not that bad.
Oh, dearie me.
Yeah. So the bottom line, if you're injured, don't rush back. Get yourself a good coach,
Yes, like me
like
or
Peak
Daniel.
Endurance, yeah, Peak
Yep.
Endurance coaching, and just stay structured.
Yes, you've got to have a structure. And even while you're injured and can't run, keep the structure. Like whatever it is. I actually recorded a reel about that today saying, I've never stopped. Even when like how have I kept the momentum to keep going for 20 odd years, always doing, a lot? Well, because I never stop, because if I stop, I'll turn into Miss Lazy Bones. But that doesn't mean I've never stopped running. You can walk, you can pull run, you can cycle, you can elliptical, you can row, you can strength train just the upper body. You can do something. There's always something. Sitting on the couch eating Cheetos is not the something.
No, it
Right?
sounds great, but it
No.
won't work on your fitness.
No.
Maybe not
So
Cheetos, pizza, maybe.
you get the drift, though. The couch of doom. We want to stay away from the couch of doom and keep moving, whatever it is, yoga, whatever, something. So if you are injured and you need some help, shoot me an email, shoot me a message on socials, comment coach on any of my posts on Instagram or Facebook, and let's have a call. Let's chat. Okay. Anything else that we need to talk about? Ultra Mindset Lab. We had our first session last night. It was awesome. Really drilled down deep and got to people's real why. And I had some couple of aha moments from people there. They were like, whoa, fantastic. That was so cool. It was really awesome. And I do all the activities first. So I'd done that, and they're really helpful. And then I've given them homework, and so it's all worked. It all came together really well.
But just because you've already started doesn't mean people can't join.
Anytime, because I've also created a course. I recorded last night, and so then if you joined in 2 weeks' time, you can go back and watch the recording of what we did, and the worksheets are there, and everything's there. So it doesn't matter when you join, you can go back right to the beginning and do it all right from the start.
Fantastic.
But, it's way better doing them live, because there is, we also
feedback. There's
questions, feedback, because I was helping people, because some people were coming up with mantras, and I gave feedback that helped people. So, there's that. Then there was also question and answer time, and, so it's really important. And also it's just way more fun because we could chat, and it was nice. And it is way more effective doing it live. But it still will be there, the recordings. So, but join anytime. Just once again, comment Edge on any of my Instagram or Facebook posts. I've got some automation set up. It's instantly sends you the link, or you can just go to the website and have a look, and the links are all there. So fantastic. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then Monday night, I've got an athlete webinar. Of course, that was free for my athletes. Then I've got another athlete webinar on Monday night, free, obviously, for my athletes, talking about planning, race planning. So we're going to go through how to plan effectively for your race, which is also, planning for the physicality of it, but also the mental side of it. So
when you're a peak endurance athlete,
you get heaps of education and support. You don't just get the coaching. Like, anyone can send you a bloody plan. You get proper support. Do you know what I was hearing from someone? They were saying, they told me about a friend of theirs who's gotten some coach, is cheaper than me. Yes, I agree, cheaper. But supposedly the coach keeps forgetting to ring them for their coaching call. Like, my athletes book in for their coaching call through a calendar app. We have it's set up. It's so structured. Like, I do everything to perfection, because that's the kind of person I am. There's no forgetting my calls, because it's on Zoom, and Daniel has calls with his athlete. He's not forgetting. So I don't understand. Basically, you get what you pay for at the end of the day.
Absolutely you do. Absolutely.
When the coach can't even remember to call you for your coaching call, that's pretty crap. And, I hear about that sort of stuff all the time. I hear some of the stuff that these coaches are doing, and it's like, really. Yeah. So yes, peak endurance coaching may cost a little more, although Daniel is very reasonable prices, and I've trained him in exactly how peak endurance coaching works. And he is actually coming on the podcast next week.
Yes.
And he's going to start coming on every 4 weeks so we can sort of have a coaching roundtable like I used to do with the other podcast guys, Ashley and
yes.
Dan? No?
Yeah, I think it might have been actually. Yeah.
Because that's why I'm getting confused because Daniel. Anyway, so like I used to do, and he's going to come on for that every 4 weeks. But next week will be more of an introduction, but I will have topics. I will have a topic.
Yep.
And so listen in for that. And I mean, essentially you get with peak endurance coaching, you just get awesome coaching, like if I say so myself. And I say it a lot.
I agree as well.
I've been
get the
coached.
feedback as well.
I've been coached. I've talked with people who've been coached by other coaches. I know what goes on out there, and it's frightening. There's quite a lot of cowboys out there, and I ain't one of them.
No.
And I've trained Daniel exactly how how professional I want it to be, and he's very professional because he owns his own business. He knows what it's like.
Yep.
He's very professional too. So get on board because
it's money well spent. It's money well spent.
It is money well spent because you don't want to spend all that time training and then have a shit race because you didn't train properly.
Yeah.
Alrighty, enough waffle about how awesome peak endurance coaching is.
That's never waffle.
That's not waffle. That's just, yes. Anyway, whatever.
Well,
all right.
Thanks for joining us.
I've got to go and get a massage.
Yes.
So catch you next week. Bye.